Herodotus, he had this great quote, and he said the purpose of history is to protect the traces of human events from being erased by time, and to preserve the fame of the remarkable and important achievements that Greeks and non-Greeks alike have achieved.
Great cities and great states are a function directly connected to leadership. You look at what CiviCO is doing, they're training the next generation of leaders.
One of the challenges we face as Coloradans and as Americans is the fact that we really aren't enough engaged in our community. CiviCO is really helping to bring that all together so that those of us who care about our state and our country can engage on behalf of our state and our country.
When we think of the world today, we need that place that's not Republican or Democrat. We need that place that's safe. We need that place that's safe to dream, to be inspired.
Because if you think about what makes our state so unique and special, it isn't our mountains. It's that we're looking up at the mountains.
I'm Jason Hansen. I'm the Chief Creative Officer here at History Colorado. This is an exhibit I'm really excited about. It's an exhibit that features 101 Coloradans, past and present, but it's really an exhibit about you, the visitor. Ryan and Eric were light years ahead in how they were thinking about this. They wanted to find a way to celebrate Coloradans who have transcended the continuum from success to significance.
I'm Christine Bonero. I'm the President and CEO of Mile High United Way. What the exhibit does is tell not only the stories of past Coloradans, but those of us who are still here writing, we hope, the future of Colorado, but also to inspire all of us to think about what's our story? What impact can I make?
Colorado is really the story of millions of individuals, and these individuals all have individual stories. And the exhibit, What's Your Story, is a way for us to bring together some of these stories that have helped make Colorado so special.
This exhibit really is to inspire the next generation. This is perfect for middle school and high school students who sometimes are trying to figure out what their story is, trying to figure out, do they have anything to add?
Philosophically, we started from a place of creating a space that would look up to young people as opposed to down to them.
My job is helping youth find their passion and helping them become community-minded leaders. Students and teens today faced with anxiety and depression like we've never seen before.
I feel like the exhibit makes you feel not so alone, just because these stories help tell me it's okay to go through struggle.
This exhibit showed that I can create my own story and I can do what I want to do based off of my own passions.
It invites you in and it invites you to take a quiz to find out what your superpower is. It's really fun to watch people take this quiz because people either get their superpower and they're like, yes, that's the one I thought I should get. Or they get one and they're like, oh really? How is that me? And then they think about it, they're like, oh yeah, I can see that.
My superpower is empathy, compassion,
Empathy.
We didn't want our values to be some ethereal sense of what could be, but what someone already is.
And so we came up with this notion of the journey cycle. And so that first section of the exhibit go around the circle, and that is the cycle from realizing that there is an issue that you really care passionately about, to committing to doing something about that, to the challenges you're going to run into and the resilience you're going to need to push through those, to this moment where what you are doing to make the world a better place in this way becomes your identity, becomes who you are.
I just found it really empowering. All these people found their purpose, and so I'm excited to find mine.
I love this thing. I have been wanting to do this exhibit since I got here. We have been collecting these outstanding posters for 140 years. They all have this common theme of these are people who are getting in the arena and trying to make the world a better place. They're not sitting on the sidelines. They're not just the critic.
The more willing you are to say, this is my experience, and the more willing you are to step outside your comfort zone and share that with the adults in your community, that is a mechanism of change.
Colorado Governor's Citizenship medals really celebrate those individuals who've given back to Colorado. Men and women who've come together to help unite us and make this state a better state.
We're recognizing these amazing leaders. Let's give those who haven't achieved it yet the roadmap to do it right here in Colorado.
The way everything was incorporated was just so seamless and frankly beautiful.
I'm not a real cultured guy. I mean, I grew up in Granby, Colorado, and I was an athlete, and then I went to state school at the University of Colorado, and I've been a business guy and an entrepreneur my whole life, so I've never felt wholly invited into museums.
When I think about the first time I heard about the idea to build an exhibit, I was like, at a museum? We're all leaders, we're alive. And Ryan was like, no. This is about being alive. This is about inspiring others to be alive. This is about inspiring others to be the best. And where better to do that than in a place that memorializes greatness of our great state of Colorado?
If you can captivate a high school student, you can almost captivate anybody. They have actually a very discerning palate. They've got a lot coming at them every day.
Youth empowerment and sharing your voice is something that's really close to my heart and something I'm really passionate about. So I was like, okay, how are they gonna take this and make it into an exhibit? And immediately, like walking through the door, I was like, holy cow, they did it. They did it. And it was just like the coolest feeling because all of these things that are so important to me, all of the causes that I'm passionate about and that are so prevalent in society were immediately represented.
You know, it's funny, this exhibit, What's Your Story? You know, that experience of hearing someone else's story almost always makes us better in terms of who we are. It's perfect. It's just perfect.
You know, I think the Colorado way is something that we also hope is the American way. And it's a manner in which people come together to solve problems.
And so when you think about that small town ethic, lives in our state, lives in our exhibit, and lives in all that we do in CiviCO, when a small group of people come together, they truly have the ability to impact and change the world.
Heritage is really the connective tissue between generations. Without us teaching heritage, the next generation doesn't have an opportunity to learn it. And if they don't have an opportunity to learn it, they don't have an opportunity to earn it. And if they don't have an opportunity to earn it, they can't teach it to their future generations.
By being here in the environment that we live in, with the people in our community, with the heart and vigor for this awesome state, that you can do things that you can do nowhere else in the world. That is what this is about.
I think that exhibit is something everyone should have a chance to see. My main takeaway from it was empowerment.